Steven Correño, KO Artist Sports, right here with the one and only Frank Martin. Man, headlining here in Vegas against Michel Rivera, has 8 more fights than you. But you're on last 7 fights, 6 of them were KOs, man. They didn't make it. Are you starting to, I guess my question is kind of, how hard is it to not fall in love with that power, right? When you're on a streak like that, you're feeling it in the gym. I'm sure kind of maybe similar stuff's coming with sparring partners and stuff. How hard is it to kind of not fall in love with that power?
Man, I don't fall in love with it. I feel like I just naturally got it. Like a lot of times in fights, I go in with the mindset to go the distance. You know, if it's 10 rounds, if it's 12 rounds, I'm always ready and in shape to go the distance. But I'm definitely like, if it's an opportunity that presents itself for a big shot, I'm gonna take it. And not a lot of times, if I land a big clean shot on the guy, I'm gonna hurt him. You know, so I'm one of them guys like seek and destroy. You know, so if I see an opportunity, I'm gonna capitalize off of it. If I clip a guy, I'm gonna try to get him up out of there as soon as I, clip him. I don't too much weight or I try to get him out of there. But just falling in love with the power and the knockout stuff is just, no, I haven't. It's just like, I'm looking for those big shots, but in the mix of all that too, I'm boxing, and just trying to create the opportunity for a big shot instead of just going looking for the big shot.
Is that, I've noticed with Derek James and seeing his training and stuff, he's very big on like positioning, right? Make sure you're like in the right spot and you land your spots with like precision and make sure that you're kind of solid where you're landing and you're not necessarily, he doesn't do like the 2-3 punch combination. He's like boom, boom, kind of. Is that something you maybe learned a little more from Derek James, or is that something you've kind of always fought like that?
No, it's definitely something that's been added to my game. Just, all of the shots that we throw is more precise, more accurate, more precise, every shot is got to have some type of purpose, so that's something that's been added to my arsenal, and I'm just getting better with time with it.
As a southpaw, you're obviously in the gym with one of the better southpaws in the game right now. Does he teach you any kind of maybe southpaw tricks or anything? Maybe that have you learned much from Errol in that aspect of being kind of like a cunning southpaw?
Yeah. I'm always, he give me pointers on certain things, but I'm always paying attention, to, the things that he do while he in the ring, if he's sparring, or sometimes when he's on the bag, I ask questions on like, if he may turn a certain way on certain shots and stuff like that, he'll give me pointers and, tell me, why to do it, or, what's a good position to shoot the shots from and stuff.
It's a great team you're with, man. Talk about that, the support and just the team that you guys have, and just the confidence building that I'm sure you get from being around these guys.
It's dope, man. I got a good team. Everybody hungry. Everybody just trying to help each other. We all got, like, my goals. Like they already accomplished a lot. And they still trying to accomplish things. So, I'm just recently hopping on board with the team, and everything's going well. They making me hungry to want, more. I want to be where those guys at. So I know I got to work hard, and, these fights that I'm getting, they ain't going to be easy, but I just got to keep doing what I do no matter who it is. Just go in there and just put on great performances, whether it's a knockout or if it's dominating performance for the whole 12 rounds, just keeping the division woke and keeping the people eyes open as well. And I feel this fight going to do that for me.
Definitely is, man. The team's putting you in great positions, obviously headlining this Saturday. Last fight card of the year, I want to say, for boxing, at least that I can think of. I know you sparred Tank Davis before. I believe I've asked you this before, but what do you feel you learned about yourself in that sparring with Tank Davis?
It was a long time ago. It was when he was getting ready for Leo Santa Cruz. It was before I even started training with Derek. So I didn't became a way better fighter since then. But what it taught me was just that, like, this was off of you can get in there, you in there with those guys, and you able to hold your own. Like, it ain't like they ain't out of reach. Like, it ain't like, oh, it's just too much. Nah, it's like you right there. Like, at that moment, it was just like, damn, I'm there just off of the natural athleticism and stuff. Now it's different. I'm IQ, everything's going up on top of the natural ability. So, it's dope.
That's great, man. That's great. That feeling must be great to know kind of you've been putting in the work. Now you really got to test it against the guy, right? And you came out flying colors.
People used to always tell me like they like you got the abilities, natural abilities, right? This one I was like they used to say you like a rough draft. You know, they're like, you just need to be, you like a piece of wood. You just need to be, you know, sand it down, you know, and that's what it is now. So I'm ready for these guys.
That's awesome, man. I feel like with the win on Saturday, you're knocking on the door already. Just speaking of Tank, obviously it seems like him and Ryan have knocked it out, hammered out the deal. It sounds like it is going to happen. A fight that we are going to get. Looking at that fight stylistically, how does it play in the ring, do you think?
I feel like the fight gonna end in a knockout. One of those guys gonna knock each other out. I'm leaning towards Tank. He just got to stay sharp in those beginning rounds. You know, I feel that Ryan kind of dies down in the beginning. I mean, in the later rounds. You know, after like round 5, that speed slows down. You know, not so much the power, but the speed. You know, Tank gonna have his speed and his power throughout the whole fight. So he just got to stay sharp and watch out for that mainly the hook from Ryan, you know, and that
was very sneaky, and he kind of. I feel like he's been doing that since a kid. I've seen that since he's a kid. He just kind of waits, and boom, as soon as the person comes in.
It's one of those lightning punches, you know. So I would just say like Tank just stand sharp on defense for the beginning of the fight, and I feel that he'll be all right towards the later rounds.
Man, recently we were just talking about Errol. He was in a car accident. Man, what was when you heard the news of that? Did you see it on the live? Did you get a text? How did you not find out about it?
When I seen it on live, I was on Instagram at the time and seen it. But first thing, I just had called him, make sure he was all right, and seen if he needed me to pick him up or anything. But I hit him up just trying to make sure he was good. So.
He was good?
He was good. He was good.
He looks fine now, thank God, right? Yeah. Yeah, man, he has to. The guy has 9 lives.
He built the last, man. He built the last.
Should be like a cat nickname or something like that instead of the truth, because that guy's good for him, man. God bless him. Looking forward, did you see the Terrence Crawford fight last Saturday?
No, I ain't see it. I ain't see it.
What was the reaction of just maybe yourself, maybe not the gym, but when you first heard he was going another way and the fight wasn't happening, next the way fight fans all kind of wanted?
It's like I'm team man down. I'm with Errol. So I know Errol wants the fight. I hope that the fight happen for him. Because it's something that he wants for his legacy. So I hope that they can make the fight happen or whatever. But it's the timing. It's God timing. I feel that it will happen. It's just, people got to give it the time. Give it time.
Is this like maybe a lesson learned for yourself? Because you're in a stacked division, right? Lightweight's pretty stacked. I mean, who knows if these guys are going to be there, in a couple of years. Some of them are getting a little bigger. But is this maybe a lesson in that maybe patience, right? That maybe like when you get to that point where people are clamoring for maybe you and Tank or you and Devin or whatever, do you think, is it kind of a lesson in patience that maybe that's not going to happen exactly when you want?
Yeah, that's just, yeah. I mean, it ain't going to always happen when you want, like, fights ain't going to always happen when you want them, so you got to be prepared, I feel like, for to be training, and then guys pull out. Like, I was supposed to fight Chris Colbert, or before this fight, they like, oh, he not ready, he not in shape or whatever, so, you just got to be ready for whatever, like, sometimes they switch opponents and stuff, so just staying ready.
Being that you were supposed to fight Colbert, when you saw Hector Garcia fight him, obviously win, were you kind of looking at that like, damn, that should have been me?
When he fought Hector?
Colbert fought Hector Garcia, the guy that Tank is fighting. Right.
Yeah, no. At that time, that wasn't when I was supposed to.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, nah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when
be fighting.
it was well before that.
Yeah, like around this time, or
I see.
like last month, I was supposed to be fighting him, but damn.
Frank Martin, man, much appreciated your time. Best of luck this Saturday. Tell the fans where they can follow you and see the progress, see the development, all that stuff.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Frank Martin 2016. Tune in to the fight on Showtime December 17th. It's going to be an action-packed fight.
Oh, last one. I remembered your name is The Ghost. Why is that? Who gave you that name? How did that come about, The Ghost?
There's a little story behind it.
Good story?
Yeah, I mean, I done said it quite a few times, but it was 2016 at the National Golden Gloves. I was fighting at the getting ready for the championship fight. So I was cutting weight the night, and we was in a room like this. The lights cut off in the room, and everybody was just working out and stuff. And my coaches had put their flashes on the phone, and then like a lot of people stopped working out. I kept working out, so you can see my shadow while I'm running in the room. You see my shadows all on the wall, and then just me coming out of the blue so late and boxing, beating some of the top guys or whatever. It was like, we're gonna call you Ghost, because that was 2016. I had fought Vergil Ortiz in the championship, and I beat Vergil at the for the championship at the National Golden Glove. So
you beat Vergil. How old was Vergil? Was he?
I think it was like his last amateur fight until he had like turned pro and stuff. So it was a while. It was 2016.
Wow, that's a cool story, man. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Frank, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.